Tap 6 times here to get into the story. If you're new, I need your help. My name is Matthias. I'm a YouTuber. Same as Samantha here, same as Woods. A couple of years ago, we stumbled upon a key that unlocked a new world that has swallowed us whole. Welcome to the hidden world of Syntech, the biotech company that once occupied the very building we do now, before shuttering their business for unspeakable crimes. But now, the clock is ticking, and we need to find a dangerous and unstable serum and its formula that's been scattered across our valley before it gets into the hands of Syntech CEO, Nelson Cyphus, who will use it for unspeakable horrors. And Deb, ex-Syntech scientist who's gone into hiding, is our only friend in this chaos. Last time we managed to uncover some of the serum from the hands of the Phantom, as well as some other potentially important clues, but in doing so, we may have angered someone incredibly dangerous. Now that we're in the safety of the studio, we want to look over everything that we took from him, but if we can't all agree on what to do with what we found, this may spell disaster of a different kind entirely. I know what you're wondering. Why did she pick a bunch of YouTubers to solve these crimes? We share everything we do with the world, which gives us access to one thing no one else has. You. You are the missing link. Are you ready? Welcome to Project 863. Remember to breathe.
I want to hear everything right now. Here,
okay,
Sam, take this. Turn it on right now, connect it.
Okay,
I need to hear everything.
Okay, it's connecting.
Hold on. I'm gonna put that on Bluetooth. Hold up. Connecting. Okay, connected. He's on a phone call.
These silly stories like just like in what that does. Save and rescue more people. Food. Save food. Then
This is not the prototype.
Nelson is practically a ghost. All I have to do to get here is turn you off.
Matt, that was so stupid!
Whoa!
Why didn't you guys want to leave?
Okay, I get it, alright? I messed up.
He knows we were there. We don't know who he was talking to or what information they now have now that they know that we were there.
I get it, okay? I messed up. I should have listened to you. Okay, look, we're safe now. We're fine now. Okay?
For now.
Okay, for now. But that's why I want to end it. That's why I want this all to be over and not just keep chasing the serum.
Okay.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I should have listened to you, okay?
We were in danger.
I know. I understand. Can you mute that phone? It's just him rummaging through stuff. We don't need to hear that.
Project 863. Okay, so what were you saying about the prototype? What was?
Thanks for being a part of this story. If you'd like souvenirs and
I don't know.
memories of the community,
He just
you
said
can purchase
something
the
along
full
the lines
custom
of
soundtrack of
they
Season
didn't
2
get
on a
the
dope
prototype.
vinyl by Mike Vidal using the
This
link in
is
the
the
description below.
prototype. He
That's
must be
right. This
prototyping
music that you
the
heard
serum. This is the
all
serum that
is
he was modeling after.
You can also pre-save
this
it
is
on
the
Spotify
legit stuff.
and wherever else with that link in the
Can we
description below. And by
Can
the
we
way,
take a breather and can we
Season
come
3
back?
resumes
Look,
October 5th.
I'm sorry, okay? Let's just take a breather. Let's come back and let's look this stuff over, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you grab the papers?
Yes.
Let's get a good look at those. So we looked at this. Let's get a little bit more detail oriented here since we're not in danger.
Yeah.
Wesley Nathaniel, 2/15/2000.
What is this for? The safe
is-
deposit box.
Yeah, safe deposit box. A month and a half of time here.
what if we have
21
a
years
key
ago.
to this box? We still have so many unused keys.
How do we know? I don't even have
I don't
the
know.
address on this. There's no address. This is just a receipt. That's that. I'm just gonna go through what we recognize first, okay? This one is the redacted message here. This one was 5 years before this, okay? We see Wes going down a really, really dark path here. I can't stop, he says. This is all your fault, Deb. I need it now. You made me like this, and now you can't even stand to look at me. If you can't give me the antidote, then I need the serum. I need it. Nelson would strap me to the table like the rest if he found out. Don't let me waste away. This is really heavy.
So it's from Redacted, but it's from Wes.
From what we've seen, like, it kind of looks like he's falling apart. Like, maybe he does, like, really need this. Like,
Yeah. He is his own test subject.
yeah. Because obviously if he's trying to recreate all of this, I can't imagine there's anyone else around him that he would test on. It seems like he's a loner. Like,
It seems like he's also like degrading. He's like falling apart.
yeah.
But this is also
That's what his mask
important.
is for.
This is also important that he says Nelson doesn't know at this point. Nelson would strap me to the table like the rest of them if he found out.
That he's doing it? Or that
Maybe.
he's talking to Deb?
We don't know. There's something key there that he's scared of Nelson.
Sounds like Nelson is kind of like the big boss.
See if we can get any more insights from these here. This is the car rental. Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Wes015 at syntechinc.org, March 12th, 2021. This was the man chasing us
Yeah.
when we were making the drop to John Doe.
Yeah.
$755 for 6 days, I guess. You make anything from that?
It's just that pretty much kind of solidifies who he is, right?
Yeah.
So,
What else?
Okay, so this is the letter from D, okay?
Okay.
I just want to point out a couple key pieces here that I noticed, right? I hold plenty of responsibility here. Perhaps if I was working harder, longer, without the human limitations that plague me every day. The human limitations that plague me every day?
What is she
We're talking about a serum here. We're talking about enhancing individuals' capability. Are we talking,
Maybe, yeah.
is she taking the serum or is she not taking the serum?
I hold plenty of responsibility. Perhaps if I was working harder, longer, without the human limitations.
Have we thought about that?
Maybe that just means like I can't do this all on my own. Like I am one person. Like,
it's not specific.
that's what you would say. I would say, I can't do this all on my own. I'm one person. I'm not like a team of 10 people. You know what I mean?
Without these human, like, no one says that.
Yeah, without my mortal body limiting me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless, yeah.
I mean,
It's just odd. I mean, what do you guys think? Honestly, what do you guys think? Because we've only seen, or we've only interacted with Deb through this computer, right? What does
Yeah.
that mean to you?
How would taking the serum advance her work, right? She's doing, like, she's a scientist. How would that?
Because maybe
Because
they
every-
ran out of willing participants?
Yeah, like every subject is, like, the
Dead?
human limitations is what's getting in the way of, like, her results.
You notice anything else in there, Sam?
Is it
no, I mean, obviously there's just a lot of conflict between Dee and I would assume Wes. I mean, I think it is worth noting that this letter isn't addressed. It literally just starts with, I don't know how many times I've started and stopped a letter like this.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. I don't see anything beyond the obvious inside this letter. If you guys want to get a close-up peek at this on Spellbound Premium membership,
Yeah.
we actually take the time to scan all of these things, upload them to a database. Chanel works pretty hard on getting you close to all of this information. She's systematizing and documenting everything so that you guys can help us, so check that out. Support what we're going through here, would appreciate it. If not, I mean, take a peek through the videos.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then this is the storage unit. Hello,
Yeah.
Mr. Nathaniel. I mean, Nathaniel Wesley. Unit 17, your account's been closed. I thought this was interesting that the date I have on file for account closure is November 8th, 2000. Unfortunately, paperwork for closed accounts from that long ago are usually shredded, so I cannot offer much more information than that. So clearly he like had a storage unit and was trying to get back into it, but it had already been closed. Maybe too much time just went by, and so he couldn't get back into it. Because I feel like sometimes if you don't pick up your stuff, like they auction them off. Like we did that.
We've
actually.
done that many times, where we'll just go and find an unused storage warehouse that someone left.
Any item left in the unit subject to auction or trashing. Yeah, expired units. The unit just expired, and he was trying to get back into it.
What else we got?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay.
What? This is a photo.
I mean, it was.
Violently
Look at this.
attacked photo.
What can we make out? It's.
I can look. Can you
get a close up of this? What I noticed from this photo is it looks like a woman in a lab coat and a man in a blazer.
I mean, in this.
Scratched out.
Yeah, with their faces like absolutely demolished.
What's the only couple we've heard about?
Wes and Deb.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that Deb? We were so close to seeing Wes and Deb, and this guy just went and scratched their faces out. He must be angry.
I mean, woman in a lab coat, like man in a blazer checks out for the co-founder of the company.
He must be really, really angry.
So, but he
Angry enough to scratch his own face out?
face. I mean, maybe he did something. Maybe he messed up. Maybe he's mad at himself.
We're going through all this documentation about him losing himself. Maybe he doesn't identify with.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe his face is so messed up now that he's just can't stand the sight
of his normal face. It's just super aggressive.
We got more here. This looks like a chat log.
Redacted. D, we need to talk. D, you're not supposed to be on this thread anymore. You should be resting. Redacted. It's touching to see some concern from you. D,
you're currently filled with the most amount of that serum that Syntech has ever recorded. You're a walking time bomb at this point. We both know what would fix it. It says redacted. D, I know. It's what I'm working on day and night, but an antidote will only work for you if you stop letting him inject you. Redacted. I know the two of you don't get along, but I figured you would at least work together for something like this. D, that would require him to have even a semblance of care for his patients and employees. D, you know it's true. Why else would you be in this situation now? He's using you as a little lab rat because you couldn't say no to him. Redacted. It's my job. D, no, it isn't. None of this has anything to do with your job. Redacted. What's done is done. It's not like it can be reversed at this point, and I can blame you or blame Nelson. At this point, it doesn't matter. D, you've changed. Redacted. What? D, the accident. It really changed you. You're not even acting the way you used to. Redacted. I'm sorry? D, I'm not even having this conversation again. If there's nothing else you need to report to me, I suggest you get some rest and log off. There's nothing more I can say to you. Not like this. Redacted. Understood.
There was so much information there.
There was so much information there. What's the big breakdown here? That he's
There's
changed.
some tests.
He had an accident.
There was a point of no return.
Nilsson's injecting serums into him.
D said, I know it's what I'm working on day and night, but an antidote will only work for you if you stop letting him inject you. So they were clearly being injected by, I mean, I'm assuming him is Nelson, him is Cyphus.
But if he stops getting injected, wouldn't he die? Isn't that how that works?
An antidote will only work for you if you stop letting him inject you. Wait, so there's an antidote?
There's an antidote.
Well,
but she said
she said it's what I'm working on day and night. So maybe maybe there isn't an antidote yet.
Maybe that's what he's working on.
What do we think the serum even is at this point? Why are people taking it? Why
Well,
are
exactly.
they testing it?
Like, why would he be trying to recreate it to inject himself with it? Because it seems like it's a bad thing, but what if it is some sort of like super soldier enhancement thing? Like, why would he want an antidote?
I feel like if you get addicted to something, I don't know, maybe he's just being
Well-
paid a lot of money.
Redacted does say it's not like it can be reversed at this point. So maybe it is like once you start, you have to keep doing it.
So then the question is, what do we know about the serum? What I thought we knew about the serum was that the serum had been successful in trials to prevent radiation poisoning. We saw it in documents on the Apple II before it got destroyed.
Maybe it's not just to protect you against radiation.
Maybe it protects you against high radiation, but slowly
Yeah.
kills you with small amounts of radiation.
Yeah, something like that.
It's definitely something that's worth all of this trouble.
Yeah, what else do we
Yeah.
have?
Another email from Deb to Redacted. Monday, April 10th, 1995. Subject, you need to stop. This kind of behavior is unacceptable. I've already told you before. I will not administer something where the costs outweigh the benefit. To have that kind of responsibility for you on my head like that? Have you even spared a thought for how your requests make me feel? You've changed. Ever since the accident, you haven't been the same. It's like all of the humanity that once existed inside of you has been replaced with a manic desire for that serum. It's even superseding people you care about. I know what's going on with you is painful. I see the marks all over your arms, the swollen lumps under your eyes. I'm trying as hard as I can to finish this antidote. You just have to avoid the serum at all costs. It'll make the effects worse. I'm terrified that you'll reach a point where the antidote won't even work on you anymore.
The effects or have the effects, you need to take more and more and more and more every single.
But the difference with caffeine is it has a half-life. It decays. Let's say the half-life is 8 hours. In 8 hours,
Radiation.
It's no longer there. Maybe there's
Yeah.
something in the serum that stays in you permanently.
and or the half-life is just crazy long. By the time you need another dose, the half-life has not
So-
decayed at all.
So Deb was working on an antidote.
Yeah. What else?
Here.
This is the last one.
Yeah, I think so.
From Redacted.
All right.
To Deb. Are you ignoring me? D. What is it? There is something, isn't there? It isn't the effects of the serum. There's nothing I can do beyond continuing the test treatments as Nelson instructed. I know you said you don't have an antidote, and that's what you're working hard on. But there's not much I can do otherwise until you have it. I can't blame you. I mean, I can, but I really don't want to. As much as Nelson says it's your fault, I don't care. It's not all about denying me, right? You're just working on it to the best of your ability, but it seems like you're purposely ignoring me. Are you? I just want to hear from you again. Please. That sounds more desperate. That sounds
does.
more like,
Sounds more
can we
personal.
put these in order? We can see Deb emails him and then he gets desperate and then he gets vicious,
Yeah.
which is, you know, consistent with what we've seen from his behavior. What do we actually do with this? You know what I mean? Let's take a look at the serum.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, we still have
Can we
those
take a
to
look
go
at the
through.
serum? I want to know before we get more into this what we're working with here. Because this is the first time I've actually seen anything official from the serum.
Yeah.
It says life's blood, serosanguineous vitae and vitoi injection. I don't. There's Latin.
What?